So what is the 10.5? You can unmute yourself. Precipitation reaction. So here what happens? Downside some precipitation will remain. Okay, some solid outcome will form. So you can see this kind of solid will remain. So can you see mixing aqueous solution of a sodium chloride and silver nitrate produces a solid, which is an example of precipitate. So normally when the reactions happens, now when you take two reactions, so the product is in the form of solid. So then all those such a kind of reactions are called precipitation reactions. Can you read this first para?
Sometimes when two equal solutions are mixed together, they react to form a solid. The insoluble compound formed in such a reaction is called a precipitate, and this category of reaction is referred to as precipitation reaction. For example, when a lead nitrate solution is mixed with potassium iodide solution, a bright yellow fluid forms, as shown in figure 10.5.1.
Okay.
Many precipitates will on the bottom of the container.
So mostly the precipitations will be heavier than the liquids. So automatically it will remain in the bottom side. And this is, we are adding two liquids only, but we are getting one solid. So that is a problem of this kind of reactions. And all these reactions are called precipitation reactions. Precipitate means some remain will form in a solid form. And you can see it is undersea hydrothermal vents release some superheated water containing sulfides which form a precipitates with the metal ions. So it is underwater, deep sea. You see when you see the coastal or a beach areas. So in the outside, some stones are very solid stones will form. Okay, so that is also a kind of chemical reactions. Years and years, then after that the stones will form. So they are called very strong solid rocks. Yeah. So there are some kind of example here. So deducing the identity of precipitate. So when colorless solution of silver nitrate is mixed with the colorless solution of solid sodium chloride. You can see colorless liquid. It is a liquid solution, silver nitrate mixing with sodium chloride. A white solid precipitate is formed, and this is an example. To understand what happens in this reaction between silver nitrate and sodium chloride, uh, you need to identify the ion present in the reactant solution and work out how they interact with each other. Silver nitrate, this is Ag plus and NO3 minus. This is silver nitrate, and one more solution is sodium chloride is Na plus and Cl minus. So when one solution is added to each other, mixture formed will contain all of these ions. So normally AgNO3 we use to write AgNO3. So ionically it is Ag plus and NO3 minus. Similarly, NaCl, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is nothing but salt. Okay, so this is your Na plus and plus Cl minus. So all these ions mixture will be processed, and after that it will form AgCl, AgCl plus NaNO3, NaNO3. So here the precipitation is AgCl, I think. Okay, AgCl. You can see in both of these solutions all ions are moving around independently. As ions move in the solution, they will collide with one another. When positive and negative ions collide, they may join together to form a newer insoluble precipitate. तो भाई ये आयन है, ये आयन है, ये भी आयन है, ये भी आयन है. ओके, ऑलरेडी प्लस माइनस है, तो हमने जोड़ दिया, तो ये ब्रेक हो चुका है, दो लिक्विड्स जोड़ दिया है, तो ये ब्रोकन. ब्रेक होने के बाद अलग अलग घूमेगा, तो ये AgNO3 के साथ तो ऑलरेडी पड़ा हुआ है, इसके साथ ब्रेक हो चुका है, So Ag comes and joins with Cl. AgCl will form and NaNO3 will form. Okay, so this is the this is the case. It is AgNO3 aqueous, NaCl aqueous, and we mixed NaCl, Na plus, Na plus, this is Cl minus, and Ag plus, Ag plus, NO3 minus. See here it is NO3 minus. You can see the image also properly. So they when you mix together, so this kind of Na plus alag घूमेगा, ये सब plus minus alag alag घूमेगा. So here AgCl will be formed in the downside. So this is your AgCl, and the remaining is Na plus ion and NO3 minus ion remain soluble. Okay, and this is your precipitation AgCl. It is the same reaction. So water molecules, hydrated ion, जब आपने water add किया है तो it will be these kind of molecules will be separated. This is AgCl, this is NaNO3, sorry, this is AgNO3, NaCl, this is NaCl. So they break together and they join Ag plus and Cl minus and will form this kind of precipitation. So you can see. Have you did any practicals regarding these reactions in school? आपके स्कूल में I think
No,
इसी
no, not these ones.
okay. So I think you have to do this in school, okay, because these kind of reactions the school might have to be do. So this is a simple way. There is a simple way to allow you work with first one is write down the formula for the positive ion and of one of the compounds followed by its negative ion. Repeat the process for the second compound. First of all, you have to write Ag plus NO3 minus, Na plus Cl minus. So these join together and these join together. It is a precipitation. NaCl is your precipitation. So and similarly we have similar other examples. So these kind of things will be happen. Even. So do you know this is my cattle? Okay, when I used to repeated usage, then the downside na some white color precipitation will form. Okay, so that is also precipitation reaction, overheating of water in the same bowl without cleaning. So even this iron rod is also uh, he given the same example, can you read up this 10.5.6?
The accumulation of limestone on domestic kettle elements is the result of the precipitation of calcium carbonate when water is repeatedly boiled.
रिपीटेडली बॉयल. मैं तो अभी उसको साफ करता हूँ क्योंकि नीचे वो जम जाएगी तो वो खराब हो जाएगा. आप उस केटल को हीट साफ मत करो. अगर यदि आपके पास भी घर पे भी होगा, इट्स अ रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस. बॉइलिंग अप वाटर बॉइलिंग भी करते हो, उस कॉइल को ना ऐसा जम जाता है वाइट कलर कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. इट इज कॉल्ड calcium carbonate. You need to understand the white color precipitation is here calcium carbonate of a repeated boiling in the same bowl. पानी को सेम वही पानी नहीं है, आप अगला दिन दूसरा पानी भी यूज करो, तीसरा पानी भी यूज करो, यूज करते रहो तो वहाँ पानी नॉर्मल. एक और भी चीज़ है, अगर यदि आप ग्राउंड वाटर को करोगे तो ज़्यादा बनेगी. नॉर्मल ड्रिंकिंग वाटर को करोगे तो उसमें थोड़ा सा आयोनाइजेशन कम होता है, तो वहाँ से आपको ज़्यादा डैमेज नहीं मिलेगा. बट दिस इज हैपन, दिस इज कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. इट इज़ अ कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. ये सब जनरल डेली लाइफ की एग्जांपल्स है, तो आपको याद रखना चाहिए. अगर यदि कहीं भी इंटरव्यू पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में भी या अपना टीचर से क्लास में क्वेश्चन पूछेगी तो ऐसे सवाल ज़्यादा पूछेंगे. And now there is one example. Can you read this example?
Precipitate if any will be produced when solutions of potassium hydroxide and lead 2 nitrate are added together. You will need to refer to the solubility tables to complete this question.
Okay. Okay. So here, identify which ions are produced by each of the ionic compounds in the mixture. So what he is doing, he is adding calcium, sorry, potassium hydroxide, KOH. It is a potassium hydroxide, KOH. So here the ions are K plus and OH minus. And next, what is this? Lead nitrate, PbNO3. Lead nitrate, PbNO3, Pb2 plus NO3 minus. It is aqueous, aqueous, aqueous. Each and everything is a liquid form. Identify which two combinations of positive and negative ions are possible in the mixture of the solution. अब ये प्लस इसी के साथ तो माइनस है, ये तो टूटेगा, ठीक है। और ये Pb2 प्लस ये NO3 का ये भी टूटेगा। जब ये टूट गया तो ये दोनों एक बनेगा और ये दोनों एक बनेगा, प्लस माइनस फ्रेंड्स, ओके। तो potassium nitrate will form and lead peroxide will form. You can see, use the solubility table to check which, if any these combinations produce the insoluble compound. Insoluble compound means solid, वो mix नहीं होगा. Compounds containing potassium ions are soluble too, so potassium nitrate will not form as a precipitation. This is the understanding. Compounds containing potassium ion potassium ion are soluble, so potassium nitrate will not form as a precipitation. ये soluble है, okay? Potassium ions are soluble, potassium digest हो जाएगा. Next, lead hydroxide is insoluble. जो precipitation बनेगा, so this is a lead hydroxide will form of precipitation. And next, if you go with another example, so what precipitation, if any, it will be produced when solution of sodium sulfide Na2S plus copper nitrate CuNO3 of 2, okay, added together. You need to refer the solubility table. हमें ये टेबल पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि यहाँ पे इन्होंने हमें कौन सी सॉल्युबल नहीं है वो कैसे पता चलेगा। सर ने यहाँ तो लिखा हुआ है, हमने बोल दिया था, बट जनरली आपको व्हाट आर द सॉल्युबल आयंस, व्हाट आर द इनसॉल्युबल आयंस, वो इस टेबल से पता चलेगा, आगे लिखा होगा। तो यहाँ की इक्वेशन कैसे बनेगा, ये Na प्लस होता है, Na2 प्लस एंड S-2 होगा, S-2 होगा, ओके, S2 माइनस, यू कैन राइट इट एज S2 माइनस, and here Cu plus 2, NO3 minus, and minus 2, it is 2 times means, it is 2 times means minus 2. So here Na2 plus goes to NaNO3, and this is copper sulfate. So in this reaction, your Na2 NO3 sodium nitrate will form, and another CuS copper sulfate will form. And which one is a solid, which one is a non-solid, which one is soluble, which one is insoluble, we have to follow this table. See, at the first time we cannot say anything, so they are already practiced, researched each and everything, and they frame this table. These are the soluble, it is solving, it is non-solving, so that's why we have to refer that pages, so that what precipitation will form, okay. See here, sodium nitrate, it's the writing equation of precipitation reaction. I think he written the same, yeah. So you can see, so it is, he's taking another example, so what happening here, here sodium chloride, silver nitrate, AgNO3, and sodium chloride, it is NaCl. Already we have previously seen. So NaNO3, which is soluble, and AgCl is insoluble, which is your precipitation, okay. So it is a full equation, AgNO3 plus NaCl goes to AgCl plus NaNO3, spectator ion. Although sodium nitrate is written as a product of these equations, the sodium ions and nitrogen ions are not combined with each other, these are not combined with each other, even though we have written, they move freely through the solution, so they are present at the start of the reaction, and they are still here as separate ions at the end of the reaction, because the ion have not been involved in forming precipitate, so they are said to be spectator ion. तो यहाँ पे ये बनेगा नहीं, ये Na plus और NO3 ऐसे ही अलग रहेगा. Okay, so these are called spectator ions. Spectator ions. Can you read this equation para once again? उसको दोबारा पढ़ो.
Although sodium nitrate or NaOH are produced in different equations, sodium ions and nitrate ions are not combined with each other. They move freely through the solution, they are present at the start of the reaction, and they are still there as separate ions at the end of the reaction. Because the ions have not been involved in forming a precipitate, they are said to be spectator ions.
So बाकी तो precipitate बन चुका है. अब ये आयन्स ये खुद नहीं मिल रहे हैं, तो इसको ऑडियंस ही बोलेंगे भाई, वो बनते हुए देखते रहो. The spectator ions do not undergo any chemical change in the reaction. In a precipitate reaction, separation reaction, they will always start as aqueous ions and they will remain as aqueous ions after the reaction is complete. Okay. So now we can see for the table if we have, and there's the one more example he given. So what is this reaction? Write a full equation of the reaction between iron nitrate PbNO3 PbNO3 2 plus sodium sulfate Na2, sodium sulfate Na2S. Okay, Na2S P, sorry, it is Fe. It's not lead, it is Fe. FeNO3, it's 3. FeNO3, iron nitrate plus sodium sulfate goes to iron sulfate. It will release iron sulfate and it is aqueous. It is aqueous. NaNO3 aqueous means uh, this is what is this? This is spectator ion. Okay, you can see they are not joined together. Sodium and NO3 ions are not joined together, so that's why it will be spectator ions. Okay, you have to understand. Writing the equation of precipitating reaction, one more reaction has been given. What is this? Full equation of reactions between copper sulfate CuS and sodium hydroxide. It is Na2OH, NaOH, not Na2OH, in which precipitate is copper hydrate. So it goes to CuOH and identify the spectator ions. Automatically what happens? That is Na and Na plus S minus 2. S minus 2, they are the spectator ions. This is your precipitation. You can see. He did not given that reaction also. No problem. So it is AgCl. He given the AgCl. NaNO3 it is aqueous, means it is a they are spectator ions. Spectator ions. We call it as spectator ions. Yeah. So now this is the table he given. So solubility table and rules. Solubility table and rules. So can you read this?
A handy way to remember many of the soluble salts is with the initials SNAP. Salts that contain one or more following ions are soluble. Sodium nitrate, ammonium acetate, and potassium.
So these are soluble. The following salts that contain one or more of the following ions are soluble. Okay, these are soluble. Na plus, NO3 minus, NH4 plus, CO3, CH3, COO minus, potassium. These are one or more ions of the following are soluble. SNAP rule. So he made with the SNAAP. It is important to have that the way of ion solids are soluble in water and which one are not soluble. Different forms of solubility tables are used for the purpose. A handy way of remember too many soluble salts in which with these initials are soluble. Okay. Next, solubility table can be used to determine which whether common ionic compounds are soluble in water or not. So actually we will take aqueous. We will take aqueous. Aqueous means usable to do in a low concentration. So ये जो ions जो बनेगा ना वो उसमें soluble होना चाहिए. And anions and cations are listed with the indications of their solubility in different compounds. So table this sample solubility table listing ionic compounds that are soluble in water. Okay. You can see this is a table. Is soluble in water when it is greater than 0.1 mole, dissolves per liter at 25 degrees temperature. A temperature dissolves more by expectation insoluble less than 0.5 dissolves per 25, same thing. Expectation slightly soluble, insoluble, soluble, ये पूरा digest होगा. तो मीन्स आपको व्हाट इज दिस पार्टिसिपेट व्हाट इज स्पेक्टेटर आयंस नहीं बनेगा. यहाँ पे स्पेक्टेटर आयंस नहीं बनेगा, बट यहाँ पे स्पेक्टेटर आयंस बनेगा बिकॉज इट विल नॉट डिसॉल्व, इट विल स्लाइटली सॉल्युबल. एंड दिस इज आल्सो, इट इज आल्सो, यहाँ पे भी आपको स्पेक्टेटर आयंस बनेगा. It is most chlorides soluble, bromides soluble, iodides soluble, all nitrides soluble, all ammonium soluble. Okay, it is the same. SNAP. Okay, sodium, potassium soluble, acetates soluble, sulfates soluble. It is a SNAP solution. It is SNAAP. तो जब भी ये बनेगा precipitation means no, spectator ions बनेगा नहीं, बाकी जगह spectator ions बनेगा. There is a one more table has been given, so which is insoluble in ionic compounds. ये soluble नहीं होगा. Okay, so insoluble in water, most hydroxides ये mix नहीं होगा. Carbonates, phosphates, sulfates यहाँ पे precipitations बनेगा. Soluble ये सब यहाँ पे ये ions नहीं बनेगा. Okay, yeah, spectator ions नहीं बनेगा because insoluble, these are insoluble. Spectator ions सब कुछ सारे spectator ions बनेगा, and soluble, it is slightly soluble. So using solubility table to predict the solubility, so we can see one example here. Determining whether ionic compounds are soluble or insoluble. Can you read the first question?
Is barium sulfate soluble or insoluble in water? The nature assessing solubility table to complete this question.
So it is barium sulfate, barium sulfide. So it is barium Ba2 plus and sulfide S2 minus. Check the solubility table to see barium ions do not appear in the table. So this is no help. So look at the other ion. Okay. So barium is not available. Can you see here barium is available? So he given the solubility test. What is this? Snap case he given chlorides, bromides, nitrides, ammonium, sodium, potassium, acetates, sulfates. ये सब के सब soluble. Okay. तो sulfates are soluble, sulfates are soluble. तो एक नहीं है तो एक दूसरा आइकॉन से हमें आयन से हमें पता चलना चाहिए. So check the solubility table to see compound containing any ions. Anions usually soluble or insoluble in water. Compounds containing sulfides ions are usually insoluble in water. Insoluble in water. So bromium sulfide will be insoluble. जब एक भी soluble नहीं होगा तो दूसरा भी soluble नहीं होगा, तो यहाँ पे आपको spectator ions बनेगा barium and sulfides. It is not sulfides. Sulfides, can we see sulfides are not soluble, or it is insoluble, and it is soluble. Sulfates are soluble. Sulfates are soluble, but sulfides are not soluble. You see, sulfides are soluble or not soluble? It is not soluble. So that's why in this reaction, this is not soluble. This is not soluble. तो आपको कोई और आयन तो मिलेगा नहीं. So entirely it is insoluble. Means ये spectator ions बनेगा. And can you see the next one? Ammonium phosphate, NH3PO4, NH4 3PO4. तो यहाँ पे ions क्या बनेगा? NH4 minus 3, NH4 minus 3, PO4 plus 3. Okay, so it is, what is this? Ammonium. Ammonium is soluble or insoluble? Ammonium is soluble or insoluble? It is insoluble carbonates, phosphates, sulfides. Ammonium is soluble. Ammonium is soluble. Soluble. You can see the same explanation. It is soluble. Okay. Once it is soluble, the rest is also soluble. You can take, and you can have some revision and all. Yeah. So, which of the following are soluble in water? Which of the following are soluble in water or insoluble? Calcium nitrate, insoluble or insoluble? Calcium nitrate. So calcium is one thing. Okay. Another one is nitrate. Nitrate. You can see nitrate is available there. Where it is? Nitrate is available. Nitrates are soluble or insoluble? It is soluble. So the first one is soluble. Soluble. Carbonates, soluble. Soluble. Chloride, acetate, chloride, acetate, acetate, and chloride. Acetates, soluble. Chlorides, chlorides. It is not here, it is insoluble. Chlorides, chlorides. So chlorides we don't have information, but acetates are soluble. So these acetates are soluble. Okay, so it is insoluble. So soluble, soluble, insoluble, soluble. So similarly, you have to uh, think each and everything. Can you see sixth one? For each of the following precipitation reaction, write the full equation and ionic equation also. So we have to write all these. I will try to give the solutions. Okay, here AgCl is your precipitation. Precipitation can be marked with a down arrow. Okay, and copper sulfate plus copper copper CuSO4 plus Na2CO3, and try to check. I will check and I will update with 6 question. सारे क्वेश्चंस दे दूंगा मैं, ठीक है। इन सबका आइडिया होना चाहिए, हमें सब कुछ पढ़ना चाहिए। टेक्स्ट बुक के अंदर नहीं होगा तो हमें कुछ और इंफॉर्मेशन को देख के we have to understand. Next, 10.6 reactions of acids and bases. Reactions of acids and bases. Acids and bases. Can you read up this? HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, HNO3, nitric acid, CH3COOH, acetic acid. So in your school laboratories you can identify these. HCl, H2SO4, most dangerous. Concentric are most dangerous. Aqueous can be used for the chemical reactions. तो जब भी टीचर ये सब खोलेगा ना, सारे बच्चों को दूर भगा देगा। कोई नहीं आना है तो टीचर very carefully separates on all these things, and even some see how these acids work, no? So these will work as a catalyst. Mostly these will work as catalyst. तो हमें जब इक्वेशन जब रिएक्शन स्लो हो रहे हैं तो एक दो ड्रॉप इसको ड्रॉप करोगे ना फटाफट कर देगा. So that is a most important application. And here we can see acids and base reacts with many substances. However, it is possible to group some reactions together according to the similarity of the reactants involved and products formed, while the identification of products should be based on the experimental data. Experimental data. तो जब आप प्रैक्टिकल करोगे, जब आप रिएक्शन करोगे तभी पता चलेगा. These groups reaction or reactions types can be useful. The reaction types you will be studying are the reactions of acids with reactive metals and with following bases. So reacting metals, we will do the reactions of acids and chemical bases with metals and with following bases: metal hydroxide, hydroxides, metal carbonate, metal hydrogen carbonate. We will see. Acids reacts with metals. Okay, here bases. Here bases reacts with metals, and they are the acids reactants with reactive metals. Hmm. Hmm, 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 hmm. When dilute acid is added to main group of metal and some transition metal, bubbles of hydrogen gas be released and salt is formed. In general, the equation of the reaction acid reactive metal produces salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, salt and hydrogen gas. For example, HCl aqueous, zinc metal, so zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. This reaction can also be represented by ionic equation in an aqueous solution of the hydrochloric acid with salt zinc chloride. Zinc chloride, a soluble ionic compound, are dissociated. The ionic equation can be determined as shown in the worked example. See, hydrogen gas is produced from the reaction of zinc and diluted hydrochloric acid. So this is zinc. This is zinc. It is HCl, diluted HCl. So when you see, you can see these kind of bubbles, that is hydrogen gas. So this is entire equation process. HCl plus 2 zinc, it goes to zinc chloride. The liquid will become zinc chloride, but hydrogen gas will be released. So this is another type of reaction. Can you see the next equation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Write an ionic equation for the reaction that occurs when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to a sample of zinc metal.
Oh, he's writing the same thing. He's writing the same thing. The equation. General reaction. Identify the products formed. Acid, reactive metal, zinc is taken, and it releases the salt and hydrogen. Hydrogen gas and zinc chloride solutions are produced. Zinc chloride liquid becomes zinc chloride. This is the liquid is zinc chloride. It is not, it's a zinc chloride. Okay, hydrogen aqueous gas will release, hydrogen gas will release chloride, and zinc becomes the ions zinc ion and chloride ion, and then spectator ion. So अब ये Cl किसी का बनेगा नहीं. Okay, it is a spectator ion, and rewrite the equation. It is 2H plus Zn goes to Zn2 plus H2 gas. This is the entire equation. And if you see the next one, writing ionic equation for the reaction between acids and reactive metals. Acids, metal hydroxide, salt plus water. So previously we have seen, what we have seen previously, it is acid, reactive metal, rise to salt plus hydrogen. Acids and reactive metals, salt plus hydrogen. So here acids and reactive hydroxides will become salt plus water. Two. One is acids plus reactive metals metals we used. So one case. The second case is acids plus metal metal hydroxide hydroxide. Acids plus metal hydroxide gives the salt plus water. Okay, salt plus water. Here one famous reaction with mercury reaction is also famous. One famous reaction is there, mercury. Okay, it is mercury plus aluminium. It breaks a dangerous reaction. Okay, I will tell you how it will be useful. I think that might be explained in this area only. Acids plus, he's giving a table. Acids plus metal hydroxide. Hydrochloric acid plus metal hydroxide gives the name of salt, potassium chloride, and they are the ions present in the salt solution, K plus and 2Cl minus. Hydrochloric acid plus magnesium hydroxide. It is magnesium chloride, magnesium plus chloride. Nitric acid plus sodium hydroxide, sodium nitrate, is Na plus NO3. Sulfuric acid plus zinc hydroxide, zinc sulfate plus the ions, phosphoric acid plus potassium hydroxide equals to potassium phosphate, and they are the ions. Acetic acid plus calcium hydroxide, all these are hydroxides only. So this produces the salt, the salt plus water will form, okay, because it is a metal hydroxide. If it is metal, react to metal only, then you will get hydrogen gas. Okay, neutralization reaction. If a solution of metal hydroxide is added to the solution of acid, the hydroxide ion will react with the hydrogen gas. The acids and bases are said to have been neutralized, and the point when all hydroxide ions have reached with all the hydrogen ions forming H2O. तो यहाँ पे H2O सीधा सीधा नहीं बनेगा, तो यहाँ पे एक न्यूट्रलाइजेशन प्रोसेस, तो पहला हाइड्रोजन गैस बनेगा, हाइड्रोजन गैस बनेगा, एंड हियर कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड्स आर देयर, OHS आर देयर, तो OHS, ये दोनों मिलके आपको H2O प्रोवाइड करेगा. Okay, next ionic equation, you can see all the same thing. It is what is this? When can you read this equation? Wait a second. The hydroxide ions from the metal hydroxides and such as sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide react readily with hydrogen gas, forms the acids. From acids, okay, the reaction between acid and metal hydroxide is represented by ionic equation. So whenever ये आपको ये ionic equation रखोगे, that is equation, ionic equation. Strong acids such as HCl plus H2SO4 plus and NaHO3 dissociates completely in the solution and are written ions. For example, HCl goes to H plus Cl minus. इसको ionization, ionic reaction में लिखना पड़ेगा. And after that latter your water will be written as this is the case. ये यहाँ की H plus यहाँ की OH minus मिलके आपको H2O प्रोवाइड करेगा. तो यहाँ से आपकी एसिड से हाइड्रोजन्स निकलेगा एंड NaOH से आपको हाइड्रोक्साइड्स निकलेगा. हाइड्रोक्साइड्स प्लस हाइड्रोजन्स becomes the water molecules. Okay, you have to understand it is lengthy. अगर यदि ये theoretical question देगा तो सब कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा. Okay, so next, writing an ionic equation of the acid base reaction. So when ionic equation of the ionic equation of the reaction that occurs, hydrochloric acid HCl plus sodium hydroxide NaOH. So यहाँ पे क्या बनेगा, यहाँ पे आपको एक साल्ट बनेगा NaCl प्लस H गैस बनेगा, H प्लस OH माइनस बनेगा. Okay, and even Na में Na plus Cl minus बनेगा. तो whenever you see, you will see H plus Cl minus Na plus OH minus. तो ये दोनों मिलके आपको वाटर प्रोवाइड करेगा H2O, and ये Na plus and Cl minus will be remain as it is ions. Okay, and that becomes to NaCl, salt बनेगा NaCl. So this is explanation. Writing an ionic equation of acid base reaction, he is giving what is that equation. Sulfuric acid H2SO4 plus potassium hydroxide KOH, okay, think KOH2. So this goes to KSO4 potassium hydroxide solution, and you have to write down these ions only. KOH, I think KOH plus OH minus and H2 plus and SO4 minus. So all this ionic equation he is writing, he is asking to write ionic equation. Next, acids plus metal carbonates. Till now we have seen acids plus क्या देखे थे first equation? Reactive metals. Next, acids plus hydroxides, reactive hydroxide or metal hydroxides. तो ये एक तरीके के रिएक्शन है. एंड नाउ acids plus metal carbonates, metal carbonates, metal carbonates. Okay, so here you can see this kind of reaction. Acids, metal carbonate provides salt, water, carbon dioxide. ये तीनों रिलीज होगा to NaCl, CO2 plus H2O. So HCl becomes H plus, Cl minus. Solution of Na to CO3. This is carbonates, metal carbonates. Sodium is metal carbonate. Na2CO3. Na2CO3 metal carbonates, and it will be separated to become CO2, H2O, salt. NaCl is salt. NaCl is salt. Okay, this is salt solution. And H2O, water molecules, and carbon dioxide molecules also happens here. And this is a general equation. Okay, HCl plus NaHCO3. Sodium hydrocarbonates. I think sodium, it's a metal hydrogen carbonate. The fourth reaction. Acids plus metal hydrogen carbonate. Hydrogen carbonates. Hydrogen carbonates. So this is the fourth kind of reaction. We have seen total 4 acids and reactive metals. What is the first equation? Let's go to the first one. So first to come, it is a metal. Okay, acids and reactive metals and direct metals. Acids and metal hydroxides. Acids and metal metal hydroxide, metal carbonates, metal hydrogen carbonates. Okay, so we are doing mostly acids and with metals. Okay, so here salt, water, carbon dioxide will form, and this is the equation for the next one. So what is this? What products are formed when dilute solution of nitric acid added to solid magnesium carbonate? Magnesium carbonate. So here you can see the equation. Metal carbonate, simply this is the fifth equation. It is metal hydrogen carbonate. Fifth one is acids plus metal carbonate. आज बहुत कुछ पढ़े हैं भाई, ये 5 टाइप के सारे याद होना चाहिए. आज की क्लास में 3 sections completed हैं. तो ये ना, ये this is you have to, it is a piece of information, it is not mathematics to do some general problems. बस यहाँ पे limited information है. तो हम थोड़ा सा एसिड्स कौन कौन से यूज किया है, हाइड्रोक्साइड कौन सा यूज किया है, मेटल्स कौन सा यूज किया है, और उसके साथ साथ कौन सा रिएक्टेंट्स आ रहे हैं. प्रीवियस केस में प्रेसिपिटेशन क्या क्या बने हैं, कौन सी सॉल्युबल है, कौन सी इनसॉल्युबल है, उसका स्नैप की एक मेथड है. वो सारे ध्यान रखना चाहिए. इसको देखो, इसको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, वरना तो भूल जाओगे. भूलोगे तो मुश्किल है. Okay. And now with acids and metal carbonates forms a salt, water, carbon dioxide. तीनों मिल रहा है, salt, water, carbon dioxide. So here he given nitric acid. Nitric acid means Na3OH. I think Na3, it's a Na3H. The nitric acid is dissociated solution forming Na3H. It is Na3H. Sorry, NO3H or HNO3. I think you can write HNO3. Okay, and magnesium carbonate, it is MgCO3. Potassium nitrate is dissolved as magnesium 2 plus. They are the ions. Water formula and carbon dioxide is CO2. So hydrogen aqueous, nitrate aqueous, magnesium CO3 becomes so and so. It's a magnesium ion, nitrate ion, H2O, CO2. It is salt, water, each and everything will form. So this is another example here, lime water. अब तो आ गया सही example. It's a general life example. What products are formed when solution of hydrochloric acid is you add it to sodium solution of the sodium carbonate. Okay, sodium carbonate, write equation. This is a practical. Try it ourselves. Okay, next, testing carbonate salts. Testing for carbonate salt. Acids can be used to detect the presence of carbonate salt. ये एसिड्स आपको कार्बोनेट साल्ट्स है कि नहीं ये चेक करने के लिए यूज होगा. Carbon dioxide is produced when the acid is added to carbonate. भाई all जगह पे ना हमको मोस्टली कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मिल रहा है. प्रीवियस केस में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड नहीं मिला था. पहला केस में H2O मिला था, बाद में साल्ट मिला था. ओके, बाद में CO2 मिला है. तो when acids reacts with carbonate salts, then you will get carbon dioxide. Okay, is produced when acid is added to a carbonate. So here the testing condition, the lime water test. जब उस solution को उस solution